Welcome to the Marketing Mentor Podcast with Ilise Benun, founder of marketing-mentor.com and author of 7 books, including The Creative Professional's Guide to Money. Since 2008, Ilise has been interviewing her clients and other successful professional creatives who are doing what it takes to stop the feast or famine syndrome, get better clients, and command the fees they deserve, and sharing the nuts and bolts of what they've learned so you can do it too. You can find more at marketing-mentor.com. And now, here's Ilise Benun.
Hello, everyone. This is Ilise Benun of marketing-mentor.com. And I am here today with a very special podcast with Jenny Poff of the Designers Roundtable and the Designers Retreat. Hello, Jenny. Welcome.
Hi, Ilise. So nice to talk to you again.
I'm so glad to speak with you, too. And why don't you do a much better job of introducing yourself than I just did?
Sure. So like you said, I'm Jenny Poff, and I'm the founder of the Designers Roundtable, a national accountability group for independent creative business owners. I'm also the director of the inaugural Designers Roundtable Retreat that'll be held in Nashville, Tennessee on June 25th and 26th.
Excellent. And that is the occasion for which we're doing this podcast, because I'll be speaking there as part of this event. I'm doing a session called Marketing Mastery, which we'll talk a little bit about. But first, let's tell the people what the heck the Designers Retreat is and how it came to be.
Sure. Well, there needed to be a different type of event that just doesn't exist yet for creative business owners. So this retreat's construction is based off of the common pain points that I have observed of independent creative business owners who participated in that Designers Roundtable, which the accountability group meets monthly. So after 2.5 years of orchestrating this online creative community, or freelancers, I know we go back and forth on creative owners versus freelancers, but we were able to come together and have dedicated time to concentrate on our business development and break away from that client billable time that just can consume us, and focus on things like internal sales process, prospecting, client struggles, vendors, and even shared collaboration on projects and referrals. B, we share struggles and challenges of being a creative and operating a business, so we're able to really relate to one another on a more in-depth basis. We can really connect and relate to the challenges of owning and operating our own creative businesses. And then C, we receive and offer support to each other and from each other who are in the same industry and just share the same struggles. So outside of this accountability aspect of the Designers Roundtable, we have taken those common struggles and that come up each term and constructed this retreat. So we start with the business process and systems. So things like taking time to outline the steps that you take for each client and project. And the power of outlining this repetitive process saves you brain power and it helps keep you consistent and allows you to see opportunities to nurture and cater to your client on a whole new level. The next phase is the communication techniques. We're creatives first and salespeople second. So language to cater to the prospective client or even in tough negotiating scenarios is super hard and challenging for us. The next one is marketing. We're intimidated to market ourselves while our back office is still under construction. So things like outlining your business process and easing those communication skills help build confidence to truly market ourselves and our businesses. So using great tools like your e-marketing Calendly that I love, it's one of my favorites, really is easier to execute when the business process and your confidence and communication are in sync. The next one is the work-life balance segment of the retreat. Based off of the Designers Roundtable, 80% of our members are moms with young children and work from home. So trying to balance work and family is a daily struggle. And having DR members that help relate to that and are able to offer support help make this effort to balance easier.
So you've just outlined essentially the program that the retreat is going to follow over the course of the 2 days, June 25th and 26th.
Correct. We've applied these common struggles and built sessions and handpicked speakers, and then created working labs for attendees to have dedicated time and mental space to not only receive that information, but process it and then apply that information in the tangible, customized tools for their business. These tools then from the working labs will fill their arsenal binder that each attendee will get, that then they're empowered to implement the minute they return to their office, rather than trying to make time after a conference to remember what you learned, to remember how you were going to implement it, figure out what was best for you. We're going to do it all in that 2 days.
And, one question that comes to mind as you're talking is, I know that you have your accountability groups and they meet monthly via Google Hangouts.
Right.
And so why do people need to come together in person for 2 days?
So this was inspired by a conference we had gone to a couple years ago, where the accountability members all decided to share a house together to attend this event. It saved on budget, and it was really just an awesome experience. We all went to breakfast and lunch together. We attended sessions together. But afterwards, when the day is done and we're back in the house, that camaraderie and that community of talking about what you heard or learned or what you pulled from it or didn't pull from it, that's where I felt more magic. And then the following year we did it again, and we actually had 30, it was all women, so this is not geared just towards women, but women have always been the draw, but we had 30 women all at dinner together, and it was just an audacious experience to hear these creative business owners talking about their business. And I think that's so important because as independents, I myself, I'm at work in my 4th bedroom of my home. And I do socialize with my clients, with my vendors, but I don't have the cubicle type of conversations that an ad agency could have, right? So I'm very isolated from other people like me. And so this is built not only the accountability community, but just a creative business owner community where we can really relate to one another. There's no worry about competitiveness. There's just support and collaboration. And it's really a magical community that's so many of my members have said their business has increased anywhere from 15 to 80% because of being a part of this community. It's ignited this confidence in them to really own their business.
Excellent. And I agree, that just being in real time, in person, there's nothing like it. There's no Google Hangout or Skype conversation that's going to be like it. So that's
why we've stuck with Google Hangout, because you can have 9 faces, or 10 really, streaming at the same time. We have not been able to find a tool to allow more into the group to see those faces, which has worked out because that small intimacy of 9, like I'm the 10th person in each group because I facilitate it, but having those 9 faces there and be able to see, especially if a member comes in and says, I've had a really crappy day, I had this really horrible client, and when you can see those emotions come through, you're like, yeah, I had the jerk client too, and this is how I did it, or here's how you could do it, or here's what I like. It's just like you said, this real-time conversation. But this retreat is allowing that whole session to be magnified in Nashville, right? And on Printer's Alley, which is historic, perfect for creative designers, and I just can already feel the magic that's going to happen when we magnify those sessions, those Google Hangouts within a real life event.
And actually, the idea of creative designers or designers retreat, isn't this material and these ideas also applicable beyond just designers?
You're right, because of the common pain points that any independent business owners experience when operating and growing their business. The Name Designers Roundtable was really built when I started in 2012, because I am a designer, and when I created it, I wanted to talk to other designers. And since then, it just has organically grown to apply to any type of creative. I've even actually been approached by other industries asking to patent the curriculum to apply it to other industries. And I'm like, I don't know anything about healthcare. I don't know anything about attorneys, but it's dedicated to creatives because we're able to better relate to one another.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Okay. And so let's just go over a few of the things I consider to be highlights that are unusual and unique about this event that I think will be appreciated by other creatives. For example, the fact that it's organized by creative professionals for creative professionals, I think, to me, means that you know what the topics are, you know what the need is, and that just speaks volumes.
Yeah, we have an advisory group from the Designers Roundtable of other creatives, and they're all of different size scales of their business. And we're just picking on the struggles of other creatives and applying it to what our needs are.
Okay, and then plus, the very important fact that it's affordable.
That's right. Some of us have very small budgets and some of us have very big budgets, and we wanted to keep it at an affordable rate because we just feel so important, it's an important thing to have that dedicated time to focus on your business. And we want to make sure people are able to do it.
And I love the fact that it's only 2 days. It's not overwhelming.
Right. And it's because of that strategic schedule of sessions, and the 2 days are also scheduled for late June. So based off of that 80% that are moms, this is great for when school is out and the creative parents are able to get kids settled in the summer, and then it's easier for them to escape for a work trip.
And then what about being out of the office for 2 days? Is that long or too long?
I think we were really hoping to get like a Friday, Saturday, so you're only out one business day, but the venue that we fell in love with it was able to offer us Thursday and Friday. So it's at least only a small end of the week, and at the tail end of the week. And we're hoping that based off of, the feedback we've gotten from other creatives, that's the easier segment of the week to escape for this.
Mm-hmm. I also love the fact you mentioned it already, this idea of the working labs. And I know that in my session, I'm going to give a 45-minute talk on the most effective tools to get the right clients and projects. And then there'll be an amount of time. 15 minutes?
I think we're up to a half hour for those working labs.
Okay, good. So people will have an opportunity to literally implement the things I just talked about, that each of the speaker just talks about. And I just feel like that is essential because it's easy to consume ideas and then be full of ideas and not know what to do with it, or not be able to actually digest them immediately.
That's right. This is part of that. We know you're already stressed from losing billable time being away. And so to have you lose more billable time when you return, we didn't want that to happen. So we want you to be able to take that arsenal binder, come back to your desk, and feel confident that there are tools in there that you've already customized to your needs, to your size, to your business goals, and to your needs. And you'll be able to implement them right away.
And as we've said, it's focused on the topics that are essential to the working lives of creative professionals.
Right.
And I love the fact that breakfast and lunch is included on both days.
And we try to make it as inclusive as possible because we know that, budgets may be tight for trips like this.
Excellent. All right. Well, let's see. We want to let people know where they can find information about it if they're interested in going. And we also want to let them know that I have a promotion code where you can get $20 off. You can just use Dr. Benun, Benun, at designersretreat.com. What else do you want to say before we sign off, Jenny?
I would say that just space is limited. We're allowing a small group to attend. That way we're able to really get more focus and to get more work done.
Beautiful. Well, I can't wait to see you there. Give whatever other web address you want or details.
Yeah, I think right now the designersretreat.com is the best site to use right now. The accountability group page is under construction at the moment. So designersretreat.com, you can see the entire schedule for the 2 days. You can meet all of the speakers. And each day we're adding our one-on-one interviews with each speaker so attendees can get a sneak peek to what they're going to be getting from each session.
Beautiful. Excellent. And again, I am Ilise Benun of marketing-mentor.com. And if you haven't signed up for my quick tips, I hope you'll do that on the website and check out my new coaching program and the online store where you can find the marketing plan and e-calendar that Jenny referred to earlier. And Jenny, thanks so much again for taking the initiative to put the Designers Roundtable in place in the first place and then to create this retreat. I think I love, observing and participating in its growth. It really is important.
Well, thank you. Thank you for your support and your encouragement in the whole process too.
Of course. All right. We'll see you in June.
Okay. Thank you.
Of course.
Thanks for listening. Now go try out what you've learned. If you like what you hear, you can go to marketing-mentor.com and sign up for Ilise's quick tips from Marketing Mentor and her free 30-minute mentoring session to get your burning questions answered. Check out what's on sale in the Marketing Mentor shop, like the Pick a Niche Kit, proposal bundles for designers and copywriters, and the 30 Minutes a Day marketing plan. Ilise is also the host of the How Design Live podcast, a programming partner for How Design Live, the largest design conference, and you can learn all about that at howdesignlive.com. Until next time.